President Biden talked triumphs and plans that he is pushing for the future in his second State of the Union address last night.
But I've never been more optimistic about our future, about the future of America. We just have to remember who we are. We're the United States of America, and there's nothing beyond our capacity if we do it together. God bless you all, and may God protect our troops.
Well, the president touched on everything from jobs and infrastructure to abortion policies and battling fentanyl at our border.
Yes, he did. President Biden proposed many plans for our future, including how he plans to combat climate change, immigration, Social Security, and Medicare. Going to start there this morning because of this. Right now, more than 4.8 million Floridians depend on Medicare benefits, and Florida has the fourth highest number of Social Security recipients in the nation. President Biden vowed to fight against proposals to cut both programs, even promised to extend the Medicare Trust Fund by at least 2 decades.
So tonight, let's all agree, and we apparently are, let's stand up for seniors. We will not cut Social Security. We will not cut Medicare. Those benefits belong to the American people. They earned it. And if anyone tries to cut Social Security, which apparently no one's going to do, and if anyone tries to cut Medicare, I'll stop them. I'll veto it. And boom.
All right, joining us now for an in-depth look again this morning, our Tampa Bay political analyst, Lars Hafner, for a breakdown here. Thanks for coming back with us this morning.
Absolutely.
Let's get you to respond to that sound from the president this morning. It did spark a debate back and forth from the floor. You heard Marjorie Taylor Greene call him a liar at one point, too. It got contentious.
Well, he couldn't have asked for something better than that interaction. Whoever wrote that speech did a masterful job in setting up the back and forth, because for Democrats in particular, Social Security and Medicaid have always been a long-range campaign issue. And Republicans and Speaker McCarthy tried to take that off the table prior to the speech by saying, you know, they're not going to try to debate that particular issue. But once the president got in there and the energy in the room, he baited the Republicans into the back and forth. And with that back and forth, he got a big win last night by saying, look, country, they agree with me now. Let's take it off the table.
All right, look, country, right? So that's the reason why we have to talk about immigration, because that's the hot topic that many people are still on as we continue these discussions.
It was interesting because it was really about the fentanyl problem, is how he approached the immigration last night, and being able to say some of the things he's been able to do to stop the fentanyl from coming over the border. But we all know it's a much broader issue, and an issue that the Republicans will continue to hammer home. But yet there's things that can be done, like DACA for the kids and the dreamers that are here. And they're hoping that maybe through some unity, they might be able to get some legislation done in a bipartisan way that could help these kids that are now adults, basically, that are living here in our country.
No doubt, Lars. You mentioned unity, and something that's definitely divisive is the discussion Roe versus Wade.
Absolutely, and he hit home on that. You know, it was really interesting because that was the big issue that helped the Democrats in the midterms. And he really hit the applause line that he would veto it and that they need a national policy on Roe v. Wade. But then he moved on quickly from that because they've already utilized that issue quite a bit, and he had a lot of other issues to really touch base with.
Yeah, no, it was an energetic crowd last night, and an energetic, for the most part, Biden, too. And this is kind of widely seen as he has not announced yet that he's running for re-election, but widely assumed, and this was kind of that running up to it.
Yeah, no doubt. And he put a whole grocery list of items out there that should have pleased some Americans in some situations. And he even got down to the micromanaging of things like hotel bills or cable bills, things that typical Americans can relate to. And so you could really see it as a platform for him to start taking the ideas out to the public as he might want to run for a second term. And the bottom line is he had to show the energy last night, and he had to show what they've done and what his agenda still is. And he was pretty successful in doing that.
All right, we're going to talk more with you in our next half hour. Thanks for hanging out with us this morning. We appreciate it. We've got more on his speech last night, too, on our website, 10tampabay.com. You can check out the details there as well. And we are verifying some of last night's moments, his claims about spending. We have a breakdown of the president's speech, the key takeaways. Again, head to our website, 10tampabay.com.